Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So for primer, I'm using the new Marc Jacobs Coconut Primer, and I found that it works really well with clients with drier skin. I usually tend to use this one for dry skin and the Hourglass Veil or the new Benefit the mattifying gel for more oilier skin. So yeah, I'm just applying that all over her face with a stippling brush. So for foundation, I'm using the MAC Studio Fix Fluid as per always, and I'm using that in the shade NC37. It's the perfect shade for when you're tanned or fake tanned. I use this all the time when I use my Loving Tan Ultra Dark Mousse, so that's a little tip for you. So yeah, I'm just using my damp beauty blender to buff it into her skin. So for concealer underneath her eyes, I'm using my fave concealer in the whole world, which is the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade Light. And I'm just placing that underneath her eyes, a little bit on her forehead, down the bridge of her nose, Cupid's bow, on her chin, and then I'm using it as an eye primer on her eyelids. And I'm just using a concealer brush from Jessup. I'll leave everything that I use down below so it's easy for you guys to find. And then I'm just blending that all in with the same damp beauty blender. So now I'm just taking a synthetic kabuki style brush, well a mini version, and I'm just blending out the concealer in the hard to reach places like the eyelids, inner corners, and just around the nose. And this one is from eBay as well, and it's a Jessup brush as well. I know, I love Jessup brushes, they're absolutely amazing. Okay, now to set the concealer underneath the eyes, I'm taking the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I'm taking the Banana and the other matte shade and just pressing that to set the concealer. So to set the rest of her face, I'm using my favorite setting powder, which is the Australis Fresh and Flawless, and this is in the color Darkest Brown, and I'm just using a massive powder brush and patting that onto her skin. Make sure when you do your setting powder, you don't wipe, because then it'll just take the foundation off. And then for brows, I actually lost half the footage, but I'm using the Pro Brow Palette from Anastasia Beverly Hills, and I used dark brown. So to bronze and contour, I'm using the Hoola by Benefit Bronzer, of course, and I'm using that on my MAC 124 brush. I'm pretty sure. If it's not, I'll leave it down below. Rochelle has amazing cheekbones, so I'm just putting that in the hollows of her cheeks, around her forehead, temples, and on her jawline. And then I decided to bake using the Laura Mercier translucent powder, so I'm just basically packing that underneath her eyes with an angled sponge, and then also defining her contour. So after a few minutes, I am brushing off the excess powder with a large stippling brush. For blush, I'm using the Milani Baked Blush in Lumino. So this one is definitely my favorite coral blush in my whole collection. I absolutely love the way it looks on everyone. And then for highlighter, I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills So Hollywood. This is hands down my favorite highlighter of all time. It looks absolutely amazing on every skin tone. So yeah, I'm using that, and the highlight was definitely on fleek today. So for eyes, I'm using the Morphe 350 palette. I've put little hearts in the colors that I'll be using. So I'm starting off with the first color in the crease as a transition shade. And then taking this dark brown color, I'm using that on the same blending brush, and I'm just placing that on the outer and inner portion of the eye. I kind of like played around, and then I decided to do like a subtle sort of halo eye. I don't know, you'll see what I mean. So here I'm just using the MAC 217 brush just because it's a bit more narrow and easy to get into the inner corner area, and then I'm just grabbing a massive blending brush and blending the edges out. So now just taking the first transition color we used, and I'm just using that to blend everything together. And then I went in with the copper color, which is so gorgeous. I didn't really like the pigmentation when I used the brush, so then I decided to use my finger, and the pigmentation was so much better. So yeah, and then I'm blending everything together. So now I'm using the Maybelline Eye Studio Gel Liner in black, and I'm using that to line her waterline. So to smoke out her lower lash line, I'm using the same dark brown color, and I'm using this on a Zoeva like packing eyeshadow brush, and I find that this works really well to smoke the lower lash line because it gets right up in there. And then I'm taking that first transition color that we used in the crease and using that as a transition on the lower lash line, if that makes any sense. And then I'm using the new Tarte Clay Paint Liner and just doing a simple line across her eyes. So for mascara, I use the Benefit They're Real on a disposable mascara one that I got from eBay. I'll leave the link down below where I got them from. And then for lashes, I'm using the Model Rock 212 lashes, which are my faves, and the Duo Lash Glue. So I place the glue on the lashes, wait 30 seconds for the glue to become tacky, and then place them on the lid. It just makes it easier for the lashes to stick on because it's already kind of half dry, if you get what I mean. So then just using the same mascara wand, I'm coating her lower lashes and then also the top lashes just to blend the false lashes in with her real lashes. And then for lips, I use the MAC Soar Lip Liner with the Faux Lipstick, also by MAC. So this is the final look. I hope you guys enjoyed watching and learnt something new. Rochelle also has a YouTube channel which I will link down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!